With the universal integration of computer networks, the threat of cyber attacks has risen to a level comparable to military conquest. Cyber attacks may occur on any scale and directly target individuals, companies, organizations, and even entire nations. Broadly, cyber attacks refer to unauthorized access attempts to machines, networks, and data. Dozens of cyber attack techniques exist, employing both computing and social engineering techniques. For example, distributed denial of service, or DDoS attacks, occur when a set of host machines try to overwhelm computing resources, preventing actual users from accessing services. Moreover, phishing attacks attempt to get unsuspecting individuals to access links that download malware. A few other types of attacks include DNS spoofing, in which misleading domain names trick users into entering sensitive data into a site which appears to be legitimate but is actually run by a different party. Trojan horses, moreover, trick users into installing a malicious program by disguising it as a different service. Detection approaches of cyber attacks are described in Jamal Rain's paper on cyber attack detection strategies. The bottom line of these strategies are that both host and user data must be monitored to detect anomalies in usage pattern. Anomalies may be detected by static or dynamic approaches. Safety procedures like phishing detection, behavioral analytics, and network security have been modernized to reflect developments in computer science. AI algorithms combine fuzzy logic approaches, genetic algorithms, and association rule techniques to detect cyber attacks.
I'm going to discuss legal aspects of cybersecurity. Passed in 1984, the Comprehensive Crime Control Act contained the first federal statute that addressed hacking in cybersecurity. In 1986, the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act expanded upon this statute and made certain uses of computers illegal. Key regulations contained in the CFAA include prohibiting unauthorized access when the user intended to commit fraud, making it illegal to alter and damage or destroy data, making it illegal to collect and distribute passwords. A problem with the CFAA is that these unauthorized uses could apply to common, non-criminal activity. Since these domestic laws do not necessarily apply to international hackers, further cybersecurity legislation was needed. The Federal Information Security Modernization Act, passed in 2002, required federal organizations to protect their data, which help address international cybersecurity threats and protect sensitive data. The Cybersecurity Information Sharing Act, passed in 2015, aimed to further protect against cybersecurity threats. Since companies weren't necessarily incentivized to acknowledge when they were hacked, this act encouraged them to do so. By sharing when hacks have occurred, this helps companies and the government more quickly diagnose and address these breaches. In 2022, further progress was made when more legislation was passed, which mandated that cybersecurity breaches be reported within a specific time frame. Unfortunately, cybersecurity threats remain a problem, and further legislation is necessary to improve how the U.S. responds to threats.
Now, onto the ethical side of cybersecurity. Ethics here refers to the moral correctness of an action, which accounts for one's virtues and the consequences of one's behaviors. Asking yourself, what would I do in this situation, involves many actors ranging from your upbringing to you knowing who will be affected. Cybersecurity is all about protecting computer systems and networks. When you stream shows on Netflix, your computer receives data in the form of a video that traveled through several networks to get to your display. There are three main issues in cybersecurity, with the first being identity theft. Have you ever tried to convince your elders to download an online banking app? Most likely, they respond with a harsh no, due to, of course, them not knowing where their information is going and what is being done to it. The unknown of where and what exactly occurs in the background of data and network systems deters online inactivity in many. Another issue is resource allocation. Those who have watched The Imitation Game know that knowledge of potential evil doings brings forth another set of issues. Say you're the head of a hospital's cybersecurity department. How do you go about addressing a potential attack on a system that can never be shut down? The balance between knowledge and how to issue a fix is key. Lastly, the issue of transparency and disclosure comes into play. The gravity of a cybersecurity attack, let alone just a threat, carries many emotions. Organizations must recover the trust of those benefiting from its services by being straightforward with how both the organization and the people were affected. Thank you for watching our video. Have a good day.